Hey everyone, how is everyone doing on this magnificently wet and cold Sunday? All right, it snowed here, early snow, White Christmas, White Christmas here in New York, New Jersey. And, my wife was complaining we didn't take pictures. Her first snow, she saw the snow after 15 years, she was telling me. All right. Back in the days when we were growing up, we used to get snow in the mountains and then it disappeared. Warming, global. Well, it here is always like global cooling, you know. So in any case, uh, I just took it easy this weekend. Oh, by the way, so I uploaded a cooking video. Go watch that. My wife helped me with the camera, so um, should be up there on my channel. So, how is everyone doing? This is holiday time, and just everybody is just wherever they are in America or the Western world or wherever you celebrate your holidays in this month. Are you on vacation already? I don't know. You gotta be careful. Easy on the booze and partying and whatever else you're doing. Oh, Jesus. Which choir are you preaching to, huh? In any case, so another month, another year, another decade. Well, the decade is not over yet, sir. Well, I mean, half of the decade is gone, right? So 20th, 21st, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Holy shit. So this is already the half of the second half of the decade. Second decade in second millennia on this planet. Wow, man, you sound like you're in a fucking prison. Counting your days. Well, I'm an intergalactic fugitive. Jesus Christ. And officially, now I put my seal on it today. I didn't want to go out, and my wife was like, "Let's go, let's do some shopping." We went to the Walmart here in Kearney, right? Oh my fucking god, that place has so many people in there. You kidding me? You couldn't even walk your fucking cart, right? And I was getting worked up as I do, because there's no peace in there. And we try to find stuff. But in any case, all right, let's just be positive. But that's what happened. New Jersey is always crowded, overpopulated. So many fucking people here, and then the traffic and all that. You know, this is the time. Besides, you know, moaning and bitching and complaining about the weather. What you also realize as you become older, right? That even in the stores, you don't want to see too many fucking people, all right? But I mean, I don't want to fucking walk into a grocery store and I can't even walk my fucking cart. I mean, Walmart is not a grocery, but you get my point, right? This is when you realize, oh man, you gotta get the fuck out of this neighborhood or your, a town or city. And that also makes me depressed that, man, you spent like 52 years, well, 52 altogether on this planet, but you know, in this country, just I became part of the black hole called New York City, trying to find that love, trying to find the job, trying to find that whatever, right? In the hopes and dreams of, like a better future. Remember that movie with Dustin Hoffman and fucking, I don't remember the name of the actor. I think it's from the 60s or 70s, right? I forgot the name. Oh, yes. No, no, no. Midnight Cowboys. Remember Dustin Hoffman? He's like a trickster, in New York City, and then this guy moves in from Midwest or where the fuck he acts like a fucking cowboy. Then he's like a poof, right? His balloon bursts, right? And without going into too many fucking details, the point I'm trying to make is that Dustin Hoffman, he becomes friends with him, the cowboy, and then comes the fucking winter, right? And another fucking winter in New York, and he basically tells him at some point, I think towards the end of the fucking movie, he tells him, son, just take me to some like warm place like Florida. All right? And then I think way down he dies. Some shit happens, all right? That's an old movie, so I don't care about the spoiler alerts. But that's what I feel like. I felt like, when I watched that movie, I was young, so I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, I get it. I mean, I'm not as fucking old as Dustin Hoffman, and here I am. Literally, I'm feeling like that. I'm not living in New York City, right? I mean, this Port Liberté, besides the whole fucking, drama with the financial troubles and, bullshit with HOA and special assessment, we have to spend gazillions of fucking dollars to fix our buildings, right? This is, if I didn't have to deal with that part, I would have spent here another maybe 2 to 3 years. This is one of the most peaceful, except for the fucking Sims factory, which is fine. I dealt with it. And, we could move within to some other apartment, right? That's still the plan. But this is a very peaceful area, all right? Not, it's basically away from the fucking, even towns like Jersey City downtown, where my office is, and, not downtown, but Pawasuk and all that, right? But you get my point. I'm where if Dustin Hoffman wasn't dead, I want to be where he was going next after Florida. That's what I feel like, all right? Maybe Nebraska, just in a fucking hut, Jesus. You get my point, right? But that kind of makes me depressed, Like I never worked towards that to say, hey, this is my 5th year goal, this is my 10th year goal, and my 15th year goal in this fucking city is get the fuck out of here, move to, somewhere outside Jersey, whatever, like whatever. But once you are in this black hole, whether you are going out every fucking night or not, all right, whether you're married or not, somehow it just keeps you in there. I had to be here because all my fucking clients are here. This is where my bread and butter comes from, right? Thanks goodness. I'm not complaining. But I would like to be somewhere warmer. Am I asking too much from the fucking universe? You know? All right. Let's just talk about something else because I started off a positive note with all the chicken, I cooked and just at least have some positive thoughts that you are in the holiday spirit, right? Of whatever, profit. Well, okay, that from the monotheistic religious standpoint, all right? Or even if you're celebrating, you don't believe in a denominational whatever, all right? And speaking of which, all right, us humans have come to this point, all right? Us humans have come to this point where we have, now the technology, the fucking AI is rising apparently from the ashes of these fucking machines, right? And so, what does that mean? You know, millions of years of our evolution, we have established civilizations, we have established cities, towns, and we have these high rises, we have these fucking apartment, whatever you name it. You've gone into fucking space, not too far, we can't. All right. But somebody said that, listen, you humans, if somebody really actually, well, hold your thought, sir. If somebody really, well, someone said, all right, let's just finish that part first. Somebody said that these humans, who have, yes, from a humble, humble way of life of hunter gatherers, right? To the Egyptian peninsula and and the first cradle of civilization, right? Speaking of which, my friend actually, I think he's there sending us pictures, and I'm looking at these pyramids, and I'm like, what's the point of it? All right, okay, let's stick to the point. That point is another point. Where we don't see, I think, okay, I'm using my hands. I'm using a lot of gestures over here, but I guess I have to. I don't want to sound like a priest, but the overarching, the overarching fact is that whoever said that, hey, humans, you guys have come to this point, but you still have these like monkey businesses going on all over the fucking world. All right. What monkey business? Well, I mean, like you name it. All right. And so, if some sort of, a real alien somehow appears from nowhere in terms of like he appears or they appear through a portal, right? And somehow manifest themselves into the physical realm or reality, which is our reality, right? So what us humans are going to feel and do, are we going to like wake up and like holy shit, so this is what we were waiting for. I'm not saying that really like some fucking, you know, extraterrestrial, non-human, non-biological, I mean, not even forget the biology or mechanistic things we produce here on Earth. I'm talking about some other entity. I mean, angels. How about an angel appears? I mean, those concepts are in the biblical sense, right? Which actually were passed on to other books and other beliefs. But I mean, nothing so far. Right? Who said that? Carl Sagan said, right? The astrophysicist. Whatever we have come up here with, you name it, technology, religion, government, politics, everything that we have, even our beliefs and everything is on this planet. Nothing is outside. Unless you're a psychonaut, you are taking a psychedelic and you're just getting to other fucking realms and that's it. But besides that, whatever we have created here is just us in this planet. Nobody has visited us. But I'm just saying, all I'm saying is that I think we all need to be more humble. Well, I mean, listen, I really kind of don't believe in anything except that, of course, what the fuck am I? I mean, I know this the evolution of my physical body as much as your body or everybody else's body or this monk, this dog's body or whatever species in the phylum, right? All that is here from the humble beginning of a unicellular organization. So on the result, on the end game of that humble beginning, billions of years ago, right? That is a fact. However, if you listen to what's his name, who was on Joe Rogan's podcast, the guy who did experiments on LSD, not LSD, sorry, mushrooms, DMT, all right. Straussman, Rick Straussman, all right. He believes in the traditional, religion. And anybody can believe in anything, and that's their personal business. It's none of my fucking business. But at the end of the day, I think we humans have to, including, what the hell am I saying? Am I doing some sort of a fucking sermon? Do I sound like that? I'm so sorry. Okay, it's not a sermon or anything. But all I'm saying is that, we just, I mean, in our fucking minds, we just have to like, just be a little, I think, grateful for what we have, and and that for me, because I'm always like on this fucking complaining mode that, oh, the fucking universe has like, fucked me over many ways, and yeah, maybe it is. Okay, bullying in childhood and all that, all that, abuse and all. Yeah, of course. But nothing. There's also love. Remember, there's also love and there's community and there's also you know people out there who want for you to be happier. I don't think anybody actually wants to see any other person, unless you have real fucking animosity. You know how these fucking things happen, right, between people, especially over the social media and all that. I can imagine a lot of fucking feuds, right? But every one of us wants the same fucking thing, honestly. You know, every one of us. Some of us are fortunate, some of us are, but others are not that fortunate. You know, there are some people who actually are really fucked by this fucking universe. All right, and so I'm so sorry. I'm just jumping from one topic to the other. Okay, well, where am I going with it? Okay, all I'm saying is, in the spirit of the holidays, I don't want to sound like fucking Bernie Sanders. We got to do for everyone. Jesus. But the point is that I think this is actually for myself more than like anybody else. That I gotta just be more humble and not complain too much and just like chill out, dude. Chill the fuck out. And the other thing I'm realizing is I am actually, hopefully, I'm growing, is that, how I think about like others, how we all think about others. Oh, why doesn't he or she do this so maybe it's better for. No, 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 no. You first, yourself. Think about yourself. Forget what they're doing. All right? That's the other thing. And then I'll move on to talk about other things that I think I'm just like fucking thinking about all the time. I do that. I'm pretty sure a lot of you, like feel like, oh, why doesn't somebody actually write a manual how to live a human life from A to Z? All right. Yeah, but that's a very complicated, topic. I mean, you're saying that, oh, you want a manual, one fucking book, a set of instruction for a human to live on this planet. But we all just need to chill out and, health and our own well-being, and us guys actually, especially, we act tough and we just don't like care about don't we don't take care of ourselves as much as you know women do. Actually, that's true. I guess because they reproduce. Well, it's not about that. I think it's just that we are sort of like this other half of the species of nonchalant, and then we realize, oh shit, and then we get angry, right? I mean, I'm one of them. It's like you gotta take it easy. Dude, you got to work on stuff. And I'm actually trying. And the biggest thing, I'm pretty sure you all may feel, is like letting go of past. Past is just a set of events which have no bearing right now. Right now, in this moment, like 2 seconds ago, if something has happened, that has no bearing on this next 2 seconds. You see that? George Carlin had the joke about the time, right? Oh, it comes. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. It's gone. I think that's that's what it should be. And I'm learning that. I'm fucking learning that. You know, because I always like when I'm in this like victim mentality, right? Like lying in the bed, I can't fucking sleep, and I'm lamenting it myself, and I'm fucking lamenting the past events and all that, right? Yes, I'm not saying that some of those past events actually have actually shaped our personalities. Yes, that's true. But now I mean, I'm trying, I'm struggling, to actually to make myself better, let go of all that garbage, whatever it is, man. Because now, unless you have some real fucking PTSD or something that actually in your mind and you don't know you can figure it out, then you gotta really like take fucking MDMA. Didn't they actually come up with some sort of a pill, the government? Don't take fucking pills either, all right? Unless it's absolutely necessary. But I mean, these are the hard things. These are hard. I mean, some of these are hard things for many of us. We deal with these, and then I mean, I understand that many of us we feel like, oh, you know what? Oh, go to yoga and maybe do something, man. Do yoga, maybe do some meditation, and what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not built for that. All right. Yeah, you tell me, oh, maybe you should do some exercise. Yeah, if I'm not lazy, I'll try. All right. But it's just that it's just that we have to let go of also our own mistakes. That's the biggest thing. Whatever mistakes like this, I always fucking tell myself sometimes. My wife is like, just don't, just fucking don't. Yeah, you made this mistake of buying this fucking property, but you didn't know this was happening. Okay, even if I have fucking made mistakes in the past, all right. Unless you need to do something to correct those, or then they have no fucking bearing whatsoever. All right, so that's okay. So all right, everyone. So that's my rant. All right, and the alien thing, yeah, of course. If somebody shows up, on a ship or not, or whatever the fuck it is, then what do you think is going to happen? Oh, they realize, oh, some other entity has arrived here. Oh, let's investigate what the fuck that is, and you realize, oh, that entity has so much powers. So it just disappears. It does this and that. I'm like, what's going to happen to people? Is it going to affect? I mean, we have all these fucking science fiction shows and movies. We talk about that, shows all that, right? But I think fundamentally we have to see that as a baseline for us humans to say that, well, you know what, we are maybe still. I don't want to use the same fucking term these other like podcasters and everybody uses, right? Who talk about the fucking human civilization is like a colony of ants and or monkeys or apes, compared to maybe it's like some advanced civilization. But fuck the others, advanced civilization, all right? But because I mean, that they haven't. I mean, do you think they have helped us? I don't think so. Oh, they're watching us. Oh, they're watching us to see what we do. Are you kidding me? Do you think I'm actually watching these fucking ants here or apes to see what the fuck they're doing? No. That's the wrong concept. Us human beings have this fucking science fictional mind, that somebody's watching us. No. Nobody's watching. Nobody's the fucking in charge in this fucking world. All right? Nobody. Nobody. The only thing that I believe, really, and I may also be wrong on that one, is that if is that I think the universe has actually been here, all right? Whether, however the whole thing started, you know, that we don't fucking know. But what I'm saying is that we know that if you go into the heart of the fucking matter, you go into the minute electrons, the minute particles, and you go in there, and oh, they talk about the God particle, or the particle that gives matter, right? Whatever that particle is, all right? What's inside that particle? I think it's just all made of in the heart of everything. Us is nothingness. All right? You can call it the nothingness or everything. You can call it God or whatever the hell it is. All right? Universe, you can call it an entity, or I'm not talking about aliens or extraterrestrials from another planet, because that's a big possibility. If we are here and if there are other civilizations, uh, it's a possibility they are there, right? If our planet is here within our solar system, there are other planetary systems. There's a possibility of life, but it's just that we can't get there because of the distance. They can't come here. All right, that's 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 a given. But I think we all are just in this sort of like, and I can't even describe this because human mind can't describe this whole like. If I tell you that, hey, all your body is basically is inside of your cells, the minute parts, everything is just nothingness. It's just hollow. All right. And then you look at me like, is this guy out of his fucking mind? All right, losing his mind. That is what I think I have concluded as far as, if you ask me, okay, so then if that's the case, then there's some sort of a fabric, right? I think there's some sort of a fabric in another dimension. Now that's the fucking point I'm trying to make, is that we can't even describe that with the human language. It's some sort of non-material uh, ether, non-material space. All right, but space is also part of the material world, right? Even though there's nothing in there, right? Except for these planets and asteroids, right? But space is created by the gravity, right? So even not even the space. I think that's what I sort of like believe in as the universe, which is basically in a fiber, sort of like a like a made of fiber, right? Which is like non-entity. It's like not non-entity, not material, and that's where the material is particles are, but they're actually inside are nothing. Does that make any fucking sense? So that means that we are all connected through ma- that mate, the whole fucking non-material ether or space. That makes sense. That's I mean, other than that, I think we are just trying to evolve materially, technology, all that. It's all the same, and we are just biological machines. All right. Our cells are more sophisticated than molecules of this table, right? So that's what it is. Uh, but then how about these cells which are alive? How do they get that energy? So I think there may be more to it than what I'm talking about. Just a fabric, right? Fabric of like a fabric or fiber. Did I say fiber? I'm so sorry. Fabric. It's a fabric of non-material fabric of space which creates material, and then the time, right? Because when the material is created, the material has a time. I think that's what it is. All right. And then how do the non-material how okay, so the non-material becomes material, and then the material or matter becomes somehow this the dead material and the live material are the life, and how is the life formed, and I think there's more. Then I think it creates more, maybe another layer of that fabric to the whole existence of a life form. Am I making fucking sense? I hope I am. All right, everyone. That's it. That's my podcast for tonight. But again, in the spirit of the holidays, uh, you know, I think we all are not the same, but we all want the same. You know. Uh, with that, I am going to close my podcast. I'm assuming you all are having a great, again, holiday time. If you're traveling, if you're, we're not traveling. We're not going anywhere until maybe next month, January, because I'm already, getting sick and tired of this weather, man. And enjoy your time. You have to allow yourself, you have to love yourself, give yourself some credit, and treat yourself. You are better than what you think you are. Oh my god, dude, you're just doing a fucking preacher thing. All right, okay, everyone, you get my point. Happy holidays, and I will see you next time.